Logic at Central Maine Community College. So when you first log into your course, it will bring you to Brightspace, right? And so the first thing you'll see is announcements. I will post weekly announcements to try to help keep us on track with the syllabus of what topics we're covering this week, what is due, and what resources are available to you to help learn the material. All right, so the first announcement you can see here is the one I emailed you. The date might not be accurate depending on what semester you're in, but the announcement is basically the same. So when you first get into the course, navigate through the page so you can learn where everything is. Definitely read your syllabus. It's the same one I emailed you. Review week 1 module to figure out what assignments are due. Here we also have a calendar where it will show you some of the assignments that are due throughout the semester. Let me change this to view as learner so it looks exactly how yours looks versus how mine looks. And so you can see some of the assignments that are coming due. Most everything I have for you will be under content. So here in content, first thing we see is overview of the syllabus. All right. So definitely read the syllabus because this talks about everything that we're doing in class. You learn outlines, requirements. You do need a calculator and you do need the math software. You can get that when you purchase it through the bookstore or online if you choose to. Homeworks will show up as due, but they are optional. They are worth extra credit if you choose to do them, up to 10%. So you can see our percentage is over 100% because of the extra credit. The quizzes are 50% of your grades, and the exams are 50% of your grade. There are 4 exams in total. Basically, each exam covers 2 chapters. The default grading scale for CM. Again, here's our textbook with the MathLab Access software. You can also click on Pearson to get to it. You will not create a course through Pearson. So a lot of times I get students email me asking for a course code. There is no course code because I have linked the course to our Brightspace, so you will automatically get in that way. You will need your software code to activate your account, but you do not need a course code. So do not try to create the account before the class starts because it is linked through our Brightspace. I'll let you read through all this other parts of it, but the key is the outline. So it's broken down by weeks. With what sections we're doing, with the homework and the quizzes. So we'll either have a quiz or a test each week that I will use for attendance purposes. And the first quiz that is due is the welcome quiz. That is a quiz over the syllabus. You can take it as many times as you want. And it is a way to make sure that you've read the syllabus as well as participated in the first week so you do not get dropped from the class as a no-show. The next content that we can access here is lecture notes and videos. So if you click on my lecture notes, it will take you to the lecture notes. Now, I've just started building these. I will have them full by the time you get to those sections. I have chapter 6 and chapter 1 done. We actually start with chapter 6 in the first week, which is a review of what numbers are. And then we go back to chapter 1. So I have the first couple weeks up here. The notes will continually be added. You have access to these by clicking on that link. Go back to lecture notes here. You can access the e-text. Multimedia Library is videos and resources through the Pearson software, not anything that I have created. But they are available there for you to use, right? So if you click on it. The first time you click on Pearson, it's going to ask you to create your account. If you have your access code, this is where you'll put it in. If you do not, you can request temporary access, which will allow you access to the course for, I believe, 2 weeks while we wait for your books to come in. So like we're doing chapter 6 this first week, so I can check on this. And I want to look at videos, and I can click Find Now. And there is a list of videos, again, created by Pearson. They also have, you can see, PowerPoints and activities. This is an additional resource for you to use. You can go to your course home. And here we'll take you to the course home where you'll be able to see assignments and such. I don't post a lot here on course home. Everything is under assignments. And so right now you can only see 2 in this video because the other assignments will pop up as the weeks come. So there's one way to get to them. The better way, though, is if you go to Content and you click on the week you're in. So we are in week 1. So you can see week 1, I have a little overview. It has the welcome quiz, again, due September 2nd. It won't let you access this yet because the course hasn't started. But once you get in here, you'll be able to access the welcome quiz, an optional discussion each week that will allow you to post questions or comments if you have any. You can email me, but I prefer you to use the discussion because this allows other classmates to ask questions and see responses so we can all learn together. We have our welcome quiz and our homework 1. Remember, the homework is optional. It is linked. I just have it linked here so you can access it. And then the quiz. So I'm going to go out and learn since it won't let me click because the semester hasn't started. And we'll go in as me. Week 1. And now you can see all the stuff that you will be able to see. Because the start dates weren't there. That's why you couldn't see them in the video. So the welcome quiz, again, due by September 2nd. You must complete that so you do not become a no-show. Optional discussions. Welcome quiz. And the homework. Again, this is an optional extra credit. So I'll close some of these tabs just to make things a little cleaner so you can see what will pop up for you. So if we click on the optional homework, it brings you right to this. And then you just click on any of the problems and it should open. Again, the first time you go in, you'll have to create your account or ask for a temporary account. So here, the homework is great. There is lots of problems. There is. You don't have to do them all. Any part of it will give you extra credit points. But if it's a topic you don't quite understand, I would definitely encourage you to do some because the quizzes are problems out of this section. And so we can do the problems and some things here. You can help me solve this. If you're stuck on a problem, you can view an example. I prefer view an example because if you click help me solve this, it's going to make you start over when you do it again for points. But if you view an example, it'll give you an example of the problem you're working on and help you walk through it, and you can work on your problem at the exact same time. All right, so just click an example. So the numbers have changed, but it helps you guide through so you can kind of learn. Get more help, you can go to the textbook. StatCrunch is not some, well, we may use it a little bit in this class, we'll see. Or you can send Ask My Instructor. This is the preferred way to get help with homework problems, because it will send me a screenshot of the one you're working and you won't have to explain to me. If you just try to send me an email without using this option, then it becomes a little more difficult because now you're trying to explain to me a problem that you don't quite understand. So this is much easier because I'll see exactly what the question's asking you and I can give you feedback. Then you just kind of go through these. So you can submit answers. I'm just going to put it in 5. Right? If it's incorrect, it gives you a hint and you can kind of rework it. And then anytime you go out, just make sure you save, and it'll save. I'll just hit no because I didn't do any problems yet. So we'll close this guy out, leave. And you'll get problems with how many points you earn throughout. Notice it's not due to 9/18. It's due before that section's exam. So chapter 6 and 1 are going to be over exam 1. So those homeworks are due before exam 1. Then we get to the next ones, they'll be due before exam 2, and so on and so on. Again, these are extra credit. You get unlimited per question. It is just for you to practice problems where you can get instant feedback instead of just randomly picking problems in the book. Then finally, each week we'll have either a quiz or an exam. Quiz and exams are very similar. Here it says start test. Notice you have 2 attempts, so you can take the quiz up to twice to improve your score if you choose to. You can see right here it says there's 25 questions. I'm going to just start this so you can kind of see what it looks like, which lets you see the first question, but that's okay. And so there's little questions here you go through, but notice, I don't know why it's not showing up all the way. So if you don't like this mini window, I think you can click on this and it should open it in a bigger window. And then I can click Finish Test because I haven't done anything. It makes it a little bit bigger. I'm a little bit outside the video recording. There we go. And so you pick an answer, and then you can hit Next, and then you pick an answer, and next. And when you get to the last question, the next ain't going to work. Come on. It will be Submit Quiz. All right. So make sure you have everything completed before you submit it. And then you'll be able to see your score, and then you can decide if you want to take the quiz again. The quizzes are due each week, and I will use the previous week's quiz as attendance. So you can see here in the announcement, week 1, it's attendance is based on completing the welcome quiz, because that's due by Friday. But when we go to week 2, again, the same thing, optional discussion, optional homework, quiz. But attendance will be based on completing week 1's quiz. I used last week's assignments to mark you present or not, because most of you are going to do the assignments over the weekends, which is past the attendance date, so it still counts for that week's attendance kind of thing. So there's a quick overview of the course. Definitely take this first week to navigate and see what resources. And again, I will be posting announcements. This first week we end up having 2. This one's already up. And then by the time you all get access to the class, there'll be a second one. So review both. One is just an overview of the course. The other is the overview of what's due that week. Again, you may email me, send me problems from the book, or use the optional discussion for help. Please use these resources. I get a lot of times that students say online learning and they're teaching themselves. I don't want you to feel that way. I want you to be able to reach out to me. I'm going to provide you as many resources as I can to simulate being in the classroom. I do have office hours that we can schedule based on each other linking up our schedules that would both work. So use those resources so you are not teaching yourself. I am here to assist you. I think it'll be a fun class. We do cover a lot. So the tests are just over those chapters. It is not a cumulative final or cumulative midterm for this class, because that every chapters are very different. So 2 chapters, test. 2 chapters, test. And we'll do that throughout the course. Again, welcome to Math 102 Numbers and Logic. And I'm eager to get to meet, to know each and one of you. Have a wonderful semester.